What's up, YouTube fans? So this is something interesting that I've been trying to hammer home the concept of and understanding of, right, in a lot of my YouTube videos lately, right, is how the fact that we observe life here on Earth, right, does not really necessarily tell us much anything about the frequency at which life occurs within the cosmos as a whole. Like, how common is life? The fact that we observe it here is not actually strong evidence that it's something that's at all common. um there's the Fermi paradox, it's called, where some people see it as a paradox that we haven't had aliens make contact with us because they think that we should have by now. But we should not necessarily expect that. We should not expect that life is at all common. It can be extraordinarily rare. That would not actually be like statistically in contradiction with our observation of life. And this is why, because we do have strong evidence towards thinking, right, that anywhere where there is no life, there will be no conscious observers there, right? Therefore, meaning that no matter how rare life is, there's most likely nowhere that we conscious observers could find ourselves than somewhere where life does come to exist, right? Because without life, right, you don't get things with brains, sensory organs, nervous system of any kind, anything analogous to that. And so we have no reason then to think that there would be anything conscious anywhere where there is no life, let alone things with the level of awareness that us humans have, that we know that we're on a planet with life, right? Because even for something to be conscious doesn't guarantee it would have awareness of those types of things, right? Like a dog is conscious, but a dog does not know it's on a planet. It does not even really know that life exists in the same way as we do, because yes, a dog does observe living things, but they do not understand life in like the scientific biological sense that us humans do, right? They don't understand things like cell biology, growth, metabolism. So even though they observe things that are living, they don't actually have awareness of the concept of life. They don't actually know that that's what they're observing, right? So it still isn't something they're aware of. So even consciousness does not guarantee having the level of awareness that us humans do, to where we are aware of the existence of life, right? Or have the capacity to even ask the question of whether or not life has come to exist, to even consider such things, right? And so therefore there's an observer bias, right? That conscious observers most likely can only find themselves somewhere where life has come to exist, no matter how rare it is for life to come to exist, right? And now, furthermore, with our current understanding in cosmology, we're in no position to say currently how many opportunities, what has been the sum total of opportunities for the factors to align in the right way. We have no clue, and it's potentially infinite. Some models, even in quantum physics, even predict that there are infinite universes, right? And under such a scenario, which is currently plausible that there could be infinite universes, there's no statistical improbability that's too improbable to manifest at some point in time, right? If you have infinite universes, then literally every statistical improbability, no matter, I don't care what the number is, whatever to the power of whatever to the power of a trillion, whatever, all statistical improbabilities can be expected to manifest numerous times over under the scenario that there are infinite universes which at our current level of knowledge is a plausible scenario that can't be ruled out. But okay, while that is plausible, for most statistical improbabilities, we still wouldn't expect to happen to find ourselves at the place within the cosmos of all places where it happens to manifest. But see, in the case of this, we would, right? Because without life, by extension, you don't get anything with a nervous system, brain, anything with the level of awareness that a human has, right? So things that have the level of awareness that a human has most likely can only find themselves somewhere where life manifests, no matter how rare, right? And so, therefore, depending on the cosmological model that one favors, there's, no statistical improbabilities regarding the origin of life that are problematic to account for, no matter how large the number is, a trillion to the power of a trillion to the power of a trillion. Like, I don't care how big the number is, because if there are infinite universes, all statistical improbabilities can be expected to manifest, right? Because the more opportunities you have for something to manifest, mathematically, the higher the odds of it manifesting, right? And in the case of this, we do have strong evidence that there's nowhere we could find ourselves than somewhere where it does occur, right? And so, when it comes to things like the Fermi paradox, the position I would take is that we don't have a strong reason to think that life is common. Same with people wanting to find a non-chance mechanism to certain things that could be chalked up to chance and just chalked up to lots of opportunities and chance. That would be the model that I favor, that I see as most plausible. That's what I advocate for on some of my videos. So, all right, that's all for now. See you guys.